So it's BBC Radio 1 with your boy Seani B. Dancehall with Seani B on a Thursday night. And this month is Black History Month. The month where we show the contributions of black people worldwide throughout the years. Now, this is reggae dancehall on a Thursday, and I wanted to do something slightly different. Now, the culture of sound clashing is so big right now. You just have to look at things like the Red Bull sound clash. Everyone's doing clashes this versus that. And I think the true pioneers of this game don't get the recognition that they actually deserve. So throughout this month, we are going to be putting a spotlight on these sound system selectors that are self-titled as a dancehall dinosaurs. Namely, Firelinks, Ricky Trooper, Pink Panther, and this week we're kicking off with who I reckon is probably the most charismatic of all of those selectors named, Tony Mentally Ill Matterhorn. He was one of the major players in the sound clash era in the mid-90s on the New York sound system King Addies. He spearheaded the new movement of solo selectors in the new millennium, and then in 2006 he changed his skin again to become a leading recording artist with a massive hit, Dutty Wine. Online, Tony Mentally Ill Matterhorn. What go on, Tony?
What's up, Seani? What's up? West Side.
Now, Tony, it's Black History Month, and I thought I wanted to do things slightly different and show focus on selectors like yourself that I don't think actually get the just rewards and deserved applause that they should get for being the gatekeepers of dancehall music. So, I want to take it back to the early days, Tony. This is an in-depth interview. This is a conversation between friends. When did you first fall in love with the music?
Well, I think it was 1986 or 85. They have the sound systems in my area, some little small sound, but 1988, Inner City, which was one of the prominent sound system in Jamaica. They went on to win All Island Champion by 98. They just got established, and it was new, and it was next door to my mom's house. So, I'm gonna go over there and I look on the sound, the pretty lights and everything. So I was like, oh, this is bad, But I knew about sound system before that. But this was like my real first encounter with a sound system that was right by my house.
How old was you at that time?
I was probably about 14.
And did you join the sound system at this time? What was your role on the sound system?
Actually, I didn't join it same time. I went couple dances with them, like whenever the sound was playing out in the country side in Jamaica. I jump on the truck, put my clothes in a bag, in a knapsack bag, my school bag, and jump on the truck because at the time they had one of the greatest selectors back then, Mark Dragon. I just like theme vibes, and I just try for pattern myself like him. So, we used to just follow the sound and go out with it couple nights, because I was still going to school.
How did you get onto the sound system? What was your first role on the sound system?
When Mark used to string up the sound, so to speak, like tune it up, him usually have me pass the solder board wire, the wires and so forth, and give me a brush and say dust down the sound so the dust don't go in the amplifier, and so I start doing that, and then more time him tell me to start over about the record because he was normally playing a record to tune up. So him normally tell me to start over about the record. So I used to lift up the needle and my hand used to trim bloom, 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 bloom. So from there, I used to just always starting over about the record for Mark. Actually, I started playing the record now because Mark used to have me around him. And then by playing the sound system early warm up, like in the day, them time Mark, them not come till in the night. So I used to early warm, and then I got my big break like within 6 months of being on the sound. One night, Mark and Danny didn't come, and I was the early selector. So when it passed 12 o'clock, I say, them not reach yet. Then the dance I got to 1 o'clock. It was me, Metro Media, Inner City, Metro Media, and Gemini. So that was a big dance, a very big dance, and they didn't come. I had to play the whole night, which I take the dance, I mash up the place. From that day on, people was like, yo, never know you're somebody.
Hey, senor. It is very foolish to fight for good. But it is the talent, you know.
Original Poison.
Hey, that is bad trouble. Ramon don't like
Logical juggler. Yeah.
Yes. Special dedication to all the inner city fans.
Shortcut! When I go around the road, we are cut a tree bush. So, Mark and Danny, if I kill something. Come again, Sandberg.
Yes, we like to send special requests to all inner city girls.
All celebrities.
You know,
love them for years. And this is in a city.
Volume, you know, we can the beat right now. And we'd like to let you all know that you've already played with the rest. But tonight, you're gonna clash with the best. Alright? La 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 la. I like how did you? This is in the city passing through. We're all laughing at you. We will laugh at your sound crew, yeah. Like basketball, 5 dubs and that was all. And those dubs we used to play, we throw them all away in the middle of the dance. Got no time to play with a dippy sound. How could I let you get away? In a city, got a lot of sounds to play. Oh, well, I didn't you know? In a city is just like a station. So mind how you come when you take it down low. In the city is starring up the show. Oh, well, you never know what you're gonna run into.
So it's BBC Radio 1 Extra on a Thursday night. It's our special feature, Dancehall Dinosaurs, the dancehall selectors, and our special guest, Tony Matterhorn. So we just played a live piece of audio from an inner city dub plate, the sound system that Matterhorn started out on. Now, Matterhorn, did you make your name on inner city, or is it when you went to New York?
No, I made my name on inner city. Because I've been to the States and couple places with inner city. In couple big dances. I mean, I won one of the biggest sound clash at the time in Montego Bay. Cause Montego Bay was like the home of the real big clashes. You know back then, Shani. You had Electro Force. Pieces was a liquor sound at the time. Gemini, Killamanjaro. No, not Killamanjaro. Jack Scorpio and Inner City in Walter Fletcher's Beach. That was a big sound clash. I came out the victor as the littlest, the youngest selector in the dance. I won the dance.
So when did you make that transition from being in Jamaica on inner city town and moving to New York?
In the late 89, I started traveling with inner city. As I said, I was only on the sound system for like 6 months. I'm like the quickest selector to like travel on a big sound system. Most of the selectors back then, they were on their sound system for like years before them even embark on traveling to the States or anywhere outside of Jamaica. I was only on the sound for 6 months before I went to Miami.
So is that when you moved to New York after that stint on inner city?
I moved to Florida first, 1990, and then I leave Florida. That was the same time Kirky C, a well-known war selector, Poison Dart, me and him went to a dance in Tampa, and that's where the great Poison Dart was born. Me and him went to a dance. We played with Stone Love and we outplay Rory so bad that the promoter had a different promoter at a dance next week, and they booked us again. So Kirky C love off Tampa and say he was staying there, and he stood there and Bill Poison Dart. I went on to New York and went upstate New York and was playing Stingray.
So you could have been on Poison Dart sound then?
Yes, I just decided to go to New York, and Kirk decided to stay in Florida.
And then, so the story from New York to King Addies sound.
How I got on King Addies was while I was traveling with Inner City, I went to Father Eat and them. They had a Wednesday night thing over by Crystal Club, which was rampacked, pure champagne and all them stuff. I came up with Inner City for the weekend, and then the following Wednesday, they called me to as a special guest by their little Wednesday thing. When I got there, Babyface at the time, Babyface and Crazy Richie from Afrique, they went off in a dub for dub face off with me. Shabba, because I played a Shabba in the club, and the club went bonkers. Be a man, come give me money. Them time then you never even have money pull up, cause this is like 1990. Man never even had the money pull up. But I got like about $3,000 that night. The man them just have throw beer money. You know what I say? And Babyface and Crazy Richie, they got somewhat jealous and was like, yo, we can play more Shabba, which me know that impossible because the only sound at the time could play Shabba equivalent to Inner City was Heatwave. So when me drop the Shabba them and then me drop Ninja Man and Shabba dub plate, and it was over because only two sound of Ninja and Shabba together on dub. So from them time there I had impressed Father Ethan, so I didn't play Addies till 2 years down the line.
Original gangster.
Traditional system. Yeah.
Original gangster.
We reach the 10 stages of evil now. Murdering people. Hey, I love all of the gun.
Original gangster.
Keep them shine on Chris. A couple shot, you fi carry na your gun. Make a boy turn purple anytime them get it loud. Shoot to kill and we don't shoot and miss. One side bust up and the mixture. You is a bad boy, you is a water gun quick. I'm a bad man with me oversized slip. He me rock and me dip and pop it off of me hip. Funeral preparation, build the casket. Mother ball, over one of our son. Talk about the gun and come die by the gun. Father crying, fist him son lay down. Gun blew out the brain, dog eat that and run. Brother ball over him, brother him never know him would get so much so let them capacity. I love all of the gun them. Keep them shine on Chris. So he is our special guest, Black History Month on One Extra, the legend selector Tony Matterhorn. So you've told us about the early days on Inner City, but the team that everyone knows you for is King Addies and your work with Babyface. Some would say that you was the most dangerous duo in Sound Clash history.
Yeah, apart from Squingy and Mark, yeah, Babyface and Matterhorn was the ultimate killing team. Yeah, so we went on a journey to like eliminate sounds from worldwide, so which we did. We orchestrated it very beautiful. Well, the chemistry is what enough selectors up to this day. A lot of duet in the industry. They never, probably ever, will capture what Babyface and Matterhorn have. Even Squingy and Mark didn't have that. Squingy and Mark was good together, you know, on Bass Odyssey, but they didn't have the chemistry that Matterhorn and Babyface have. It's like we were synchronized, while Bass Odyssey wasn't synchronized. Mark is a good selector, and Squingy, who is one of the general, one of the dinosaur, he was a very great, extremely great MC. So even if Mark played the wrong song, Squingy would have orchestrated good and bring it off. Just like me, I'm like the greatest MC ever. So even if Babyface went off track, I could have still fixed it. But very rare, Babyface would have go off track. It's like I know what was coming, which was kind of impossible because Addies have so much tunes and we are always cutting new tunes. Most of the time, Babyface come back with like 30 dub plates, you know. That's new tune, 4 on each plate. So I would have to know these tunes, and they would say we're gonna do a new tune segment, and I would have to know what's coming.
How often was Addies cutting dubs? Because around that time,
it depends. Sometime every week, sometime every 2 weeks, sometime a month, because here we're with Addies, but we got tunes practically every week, apart from when we went on tour. That's the only time we didn't really cut tune. But as soon as the tour up, we'd have cut tune, because even if me and Babyface were playing dance interval, like he was in DC, I was in Boston, sometimes we have like Seani B at Jamaica, I cut the tune them for we, like some like a normal tune, and we get the dub plate them Federal Express up. But like the big bad dubs them and the bad combination, Babyface himself would have fly go Jamaica, like the man fly like whoa. Today him gone, bam, studio, next, bam, dance, then he's back again. So we were cutting tunes like on a regular basis.
Yeah, some boy know we don't skin teeth for steel, man.
We going to tell them something, you know.
Laugh at play that song.
Ask them.
Oh,
Ask them.
yeah.
Ask them.
Why, boy? Some family they are rough. Some family they are tough.
Tell them.
But they are rough like a deep.
Whoa.
Rough like a
Hello.
He's so dangerous.
Hold.
God, baby, please put this test.
No.
Somebody never judge a book by the cover.
Rah.
You don't know the minutes of the hour. Somebody never judge a book by the cover.
Hold.
And this,
Well.
there is the thing, the trigger. Now them blood has to run like a river. What I mean, I'm a blood therapy.
Who is next in line?
We am the meaning rain of it.
Who is next in line?
Who did it? And this cat.
Who is next in line?
And this time of year on the corner. And this I tell them, never judge a book by the cover.
That's when some little bitches
Don't know the minutes.
try to disrespect.
And this tell them never judge a book.
You know what I tell them?
So now bring them.
We don't tell bitches now.
So I bring this grace, I'm on the shot in your face. You watch out off your mouth and you don't know what it
Bitches.
is. I know what I neither to pay.
Hey.
From your disease you can't get embrace. So big class mountain, you go step in and you
BBC Radio.
One extra.
It's a Black History Month special with legendary selector and dancehall icon Tony Matterhorn. So we just heard a snippet from the great King Addies sound, Brooklyn, New York. Now that was your playground in the mid-90s. But one particular venue that always gets mentioned as the war ground was the Biltmore Ballroom. Tell us a little bit more about Biltmore.
Well, Biltmore Ballroom would be, give you a British equivalent, Club Lex. You see how Club Lex is famous for all the giant dances them, like the big name brand dances them from Seani B, Matterhorn time, Rubber Ranks, Anjo Lord Gellies, from them days. Biltmore was originally a juggling place. But Addies, when I came on Addies, I told them, because all along, the music business in the States, I single-handedly orchestrated it with the help of a few others, but I had the mastermind. Whereas Biltmore wasn't really a clash venue. Biltmore was like a name brand venue where all the champagne dances kept. So I said, we need a war ground, we need a battlefield. And they were like, what do you mean by a battlefield? I said, we need a dead house, a slaughterhouse. We need somewhere where we're gonna get everybody who can war and send for them, because King Addies, is a multi-million-dollar sound, so we can't pretty much send for anybody. But we needed an arena. So I say, if me have a be Caesar and New York is my Rome, I need a Coliseum. And when I say it, the man them a laugh. I remember the day when I said it, our Uncle Azzy, soul rest in peace, he must say, yo, you see why I love the youth, yeah? He always a think ahead of the game, you know? Because nobody was thinking that. Because me so intelligent, I guess it come out in the music from time to time, because it makes sense. If I was going to dominate New York the way I wanted to, I'm going to be like a Caesar, taking over Rome, which I took over New York like within seconds. By my second dance in New York City, the whole New York City knew that this was our king in the dancer.
Tell me some of the sounds that you defeated in Biltmore Ballroom, and then tell me your most memorable slaying in Biltmore Ballroom.
All right, I defeated Soul Supreme, Bass Odyssey, Bodyguard, couple others, 4x4, Super D, I mean LP, LP get to from me in there. But I hold them back again and they beat them to smithereens. But my most memorable dance in Biltmore, the two most is when Bounty Killer first came to Biltmore Ballroom, and the first time I played against Bass Odyssey. But the first time I played against Bass Odyssey, I think is the most memorable one, so to speak, because that day I made a friend and a so-called rival, enemy, whatever you want to say.
That'd be Squingy.
From that day, me and that boy from way out in the country, we became friends. The first time I meet him, we hear him hear about me hear about him. But that was the first dance we ever buck up. And we became friends and became the biggest rivalry. We lasted long because even me and Firelinks, it escalated more, but me and Squingy rivalry started like long, you know?
Make you know you're out of place. Disrespect, convict, we escape. Have me name and all Linda with grace. Yes, a room where you come. Having up him face. And if you me put before them, could I tie them lace? Then come see me and yes, you want like you want kill and take over. You want bring this place and this will shot you in your face.
All like a vicious one, big.
And you don't know where in we way any else. I know what and neither two place.
How real is the rivalries between you selectors? Because if you listen to the cassettes, if you go to the dances, if you watch the videos, you say some very unsavory things to each other.
Well,
how real does it get?
Well, to me, and I can only speak for myself, to me, my rivalry is, as I said, I'm a king. I'm like the Jordan in the business. I love competition. So I take rivalry to the utmost respect. Yeah, I might be disrespectful on the mic and thing, but it's all in the game. I am showing you my skill, and I want you to show me your skill, and I'm going to show you that I'm better. I'm better. I'm greater. So I'm in a mind.
Now, we can't talk about clashes and don't talk about King Addies and Jaro in your hometown, but foreign town for you.
Yeah.
Jamaica.
Well, what can I say? It's the greatest clash of all times.
Yeah, I was just about to say, would that go down as one of the most legendary clashes of all time?
The most prolific clash of all times is Killamanjaro and King Addies.
And why would that be?
Because it spill over into generations. The reason why that clash was so important, which up to this day, what the trooper did argue about it, I'm going to tell him, say, Matterhorn been bust before you. Is after you claim say you beat Matterhorn, you get a hype. Because when I came to Jamaica, a year before that clash, couple months before that clash, I came to Jamaica for the baddest person. Because I was killing everything, sound system, in and out the States, Canada, the UK, you name it, we kill it. So people was like, but Addy is not really got Jamaica. So I say, all right, I was showing you me the baddest thing wherever play music. I am going to Jamaica and I'm going to beat everything where they are Jamaica. But I'm going to start from the baddest. Trooper wasn't the baddest.
And Jaro was on a winning spree at the time.
No. Bass Odyssey. Bass Odyssey was, all right, you are Jaro. Jaro is a foundation sound, right? Then you have Bass Odyssey, Super D, 4x4. They were the more popular of the four. I mean, Jaro is the legend, but
is this not at the time when Ricky Trooper was becoming notably known as a serial killer?
Yeah, he wasn't. It wasn't that time yet, because prior to me clashing with Bass Odyssey lock off Jaro with Trooper like about 2 months ago. 4x4 beat Jaro down by St. Elizabeth. You see it? That's why when Trooper run off him out and I say him was the baddest thing. When I came to Jamaica, I came for the two baddest sound system, and it was Bass Odyssey and 4x4, not Jaro. Jaro is an older sound, yeah, but it wasn't the baddest at the time. Bass Odyssey was the baddest. 4x4 was the baddest, because we were listening to the cassette them. You know that. You wasn't hearing no Jaro at the time. You was hearing Bass Odyssey, Super D and 4x4, if you date back correctly.
So why did this clash end up as the most legendary clash of all then?
Because when I came to Jamaica, 4x4 declined from the clash, so I only had to deal with Bass Odyssey, which was the biggest anyways, so I never mind. But the way in which King Addies defeated Bass Odyssey, we walked through Bass Odyssey like you in Jamaica had Bass Odyssey as a giant. And imagine King Addies came out of nowhere and run over Bass Odyssey like it was a 2-year-old baby. So the whole news shocked the whole island of Jamaica. Like every country part where Bass Odyssey used to play, they were like, no man, that can't be real. Then the cassette start circulating and people listening. I was playing Bounty Killer, where Jamaica people never even hear them tune there. And a Jamaica them there. A Jamaica Bounty Killer there. And I played more than 20 Bounty Killers for the night that Jamaica never heard those songs before. And Bass Odyssey and 4x4 was the original Bounty Killer sound. They never knew about King Addies. So the way I beat Bass Odyssey, the people them said, boy, only one more sound left for your kill. That's how Jaro got in play.
Hey, boy, Ricky Chupa, you gone on the table. Ricky Chupa, you more head. This is the you more head. Yeah, what have you from you, sir? No mercy. You more head. When the new love we are trying. People like take with ease. No mercy. But they run it. No mercy. Hey, boy, Ricky Chupa. Hey, man frame. Man frame over there. Jaro crew. And this boy just run, come up in a river. No boy. When I talk to the shop, this is me now pull up man. I disappear. I don't want me not so me easy Jamaica. I don't tell me not tell intelligence in the Matterhorn Dancehall Dinosaur. Who last man not steal them. Jaro talk and kill this a gun in a me and get killed. Oh no, this man from 90s rock 4 times never stop till now. But not even big up the massive yet. I'm ready to big up. Stand on the hill. Not go on cool. Oh no, this man large already.
Everybody knows that Jaro would have dead in the dance. Trooper them mash up the dance. Everybody know the history, right? And then after Addies and Jaro, Trooper went on to go downhill as a serial killer, because after him play Addies, he never decided to give a rematch or nothing. Him start run and a play with Travelers and some liquor sound. Then after a while, people was like, Trooper, you're not really clash with no big sound. Cause he was smart. He got a big win and said, oh, me not play with nobody who can tackle me.
So now, during the course of this conversation, you've mentioned Bounty Killer quite a lot. Now, obviously, everybody knows that present you two are at odds.
I are at war. And currently, I just did a song last night. I'm going to send it to your WhatsApp.
But Tony, there was a time where you was his general.
I was his henchman. Yeah, I was his killer.
Tell me about the relationship that you and Killer had back in the days.
Well, me and Killer was like the perfect team. Killer had the big gun in the dance hall. I was privileged to fire that big gun, which I think I fired it the best of all the people who ever fired it. But there were other people firing it. So what I did with Killer was to modify bullets. So that's what I did with the dub plate. Bounty Killer was given 4x4, Bass Odyssey, Addies, Super D, all of the bodyguard, the Bounty sound them, they were all playing Bounty Killer. But I had to get the edge because I was abroad. These guys were in Jamaica where, as Bounty said, well, they could have get it, right? So they would have get some of the tunes them before me, even a week, 2 days. It make a difference, because what if the clash was today and they got the tune yesterday and I didn't get it? You see it? So they were getting a little edge by Babyface had to fly down to get these songs. So what I did was write some sample songs. So even if they had songs, I would have always have sample songs. sample Bounty Killer. Because once I wrote the song, Bounty wasn't gonna give them the tune.
So tell us some of these songs.
Running on me gun and dead, no mongrel dog run gone with them head. Oh boy, you are gonna get murder. And we switch it to more girl for the amount of nature. Even war, all type of thing the boy preaching. Though Bounty Killer said I only wrote one song for him, which I know I wrote like more than 20. Cause even one of the biggest Sound Clash song, I wrote that song. And we change it. Sound I go dead under the world, me I tell. Not even Killer can tell you the history of that song. Because his history of that song is when he got it. I have a history of that song before he got it. And that is like one of the biggest Bounty Killer tunes in Sound Clash. Sound I go dead under the world, me I tell. But I wrote that song.
So let's move it forward now to probably one of the last dances that we saw Tony Matterhorn and Babyface together. The Bodyguard dance.
Oh, in New York City.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when after that I went solo because it was destined still. That dance.
What happened in that dance?
That dance, Babyface was like upset, which it was like, as I said, it was destined for the fallout between Matterhorn and Babyface and the end of the team King Addies.
Was that a battle of egos?
Yeah, because up to a year before that, when Babyface got to jail, I changed Addies. Addies was a clash sound, but when Babyface went to prison, I turned Addies in a like clash/juggling. So Addies was way more powerful. Addies was just clash. Matterhorn turned Addies into a clash, juggling automatic war force with juggling abilities. You see it? So Babyface the kind of vex, and I say, yo, you clone out the sound, which when he came out from prison, he came out to a not only a bigger King Addies, he came out to a greater King Addies, but a King Addies run by Tony Matterhorn. The movements, the fans, they were like Matterhorn little minions.
So do you think you became bigger than Addies itself?
Yeah, it's like the sound, the love what the people have for Addies is like them spill it over upon me.
Before that dance actually happened, did you know before that time that you had to make that move to being a solo selector as Tony mentally ill?
No, I wasn't, because me and Babyface said that went name there, but based on how I had King Addies and I had my own Matterhorn fans, so it was destined. You understand? I was getting so big on the sound that individually people loved Matterhorn and individually they loved Addies. So it was already pointing towards that. Then me and Babyface kick off, and then Bounty Killer say, go by your own, which me done decided to go on my own.
So Killer actually told you to go on your own?
Yeah, that's why I always big him up for that. But me did done decide so me go on my own anyways. But me did needed backative, and Killer never become my backative at first, you know. It was Sean Paul and Vegas. They were the first people to start giving me dubs, like in abundance.
Was you in New York at this time, or had you returned back to Jamaica?
I was in Florida, and then I leave and then come back to Jamaica and say, all right, it done build a Florida, so me go expand. So me go to Jamaica, go give it a strengthen it. That's what I did, and then Fully Loaded. That's the next history.
So Fully Loaded was 1990. Was the first Fully Loaded that you made your name on? Was it 98 or 99?
98 was the first one, but 97 I had dominated the first Fully Loaded with King Addies, but then the following year I came back by myself.
Now you became Mr. Fully Loaded. Mm-hmm. What was so special about that event, Fully Loaded?
It's a sound system heaven. It's like Sting is the heaven for the DJ, entertainer, artist. Fully Loaded is the heaven for selectors, sound system. So it's like a world clash without a world clash, but it's more globalized.
Would you say that this is where you really stamped your name and your authority as Tony mentally ill Matterhorn?
Yeah, that's when the stamp came, the solo career.
Because your style was very different to everybody else's. What do you think set you aside from everybody else?
Because I was playing bold and I said the things that nobody dared to say, and I say the things that people think of saying but not saying it, but I would say them. So even in New York City, I took over New York with just words. No selector was talking raw at the time. Everybody was like, hands removed. So, selector, they were like Rory.
And that is your character, that you are a talker. You are naturally a talker. Is that what you do behind the sound system? You just talk?
Yeah, just talk the things them.
During the time of Fully Loaded, you created anthems, big anthems. One notable anthem is an anthem that you said built your mother's house. Sizzler, Them I Wonder. When you voiced that tune, did you know what you was voicing at the time?
Yeah, you know funny? I pre the song, and then Sizzler, it just was like a dream came true. I was singing the song on the rhythm, cause this is history, it's the first hip-hop rhythm dub plate I go on hip-hop rhythm certain way, And Sizzler, which is Sizzler Kalundri is when he started out, a real Rastaman Naya Bingi thing. So when me I sing the song before me go up there, my brethren in the car say, yo, Dada, now go and sing pan them rhythm here, Cause Dada go to say a pagan rhythm, cause hip hop rhythm, and Dada did real authentic. So when me go there caveman now, I say, Dada, them I wonder, because I had the theme song in my head, because me I say, people were wondering how Matterhorn leave King Addies and become more powerful. So me they have the song in the pipeline. Then me give Sizzler the rhythm and say, me want to do it on this rhythm. Did you know that it only took one take? I play the rhythm I play. He was around the can, The rhythm was playing. Me tell the guy press record. And the guy press record. And Sizzler just start, yeah. First him I hear the rhythm. That's why he was timing it. Hour. Pinning him, more fire. And that was history.
Hey, more fire. Listen to this. Antigua. Yo, hey. Our blessings take us to Negan's feet. Blessed teach us to love and not cheat. Our message is love and perfect love. And no more peace. Our blessings take us to Negan's feet. Yo, here King Selassie is. Yo, our blessings teach us to love and not cheat. And we are coming out. Now come visit them, I wonder how we do this, them go yes and anger. But that's what I said, don't pull up. Don't pull up. Your propaganda cause them just love this. One let them all up under. Oh, we do this, them go with it and anger. Well on it. Future practice, but that's relax again.
Let me give them some Matterhorn tune now.
Relax again. Mr. Relax again too long.
BBC Radio.
One extra.
Now, make we fast forward again now, Tony, because you've dominated juggling and clashing. We could talk about that for hours. But then you took that bold move in 2006 and said you was going to become an artist. This mammoth tune, Dutty Wine, something that stuck with you for the last, how many years now? 8 years? Mr. Dutty Wine.
Yep. And
how, when, why did that all come about?
Dutty Wine came about by Isla Daima and Medusa them. Wacky Wednesday, by juggling in Wacky Wednesday in Mobile, they had the dance. And Merital did a song about Dutty Wine, which I played the week before, 2 weeks before I did the song. Then I said, I'm gonna do a song for the dance. And then Super Hype, they had the rhythm, and I just sit down on my couch. Busy Signal was there, ding dong. I cook some sardine and white rice. And my friend named Nikki, she just come in from netball training and we did it. And that's why I said it's kind of little tricky. I'm checking out Nikki, but the time is up, baby. And I took 15 minutes and write Dutty Wine. It wasn't ever voiced in a studio. Dutty Wine was voiced in my apartment on my couch. For such a big mega song, mega hit, it never voiced in a studio.
Now, did you know that it was going to be such a big mega hit? I remember
not so big.
When you actually phoned me. You was like, yo, Seani, this song, I remember One Extra pushed that record so hard you came and performed it at the One Extra Carnival party as well. Like, did you know that it was going to be?
Yeah, Seani, your response for Dutty Wine, that tune, you and the One Extra. That's why I give you The love look.
Say that again. Let me dip the music. Say that again loud.
No,
please.
say your response for Dutty Wine success. Remember Dutty Wine bust in the UK by Seani B them before it even bust in America. Even in Jamaica, it bust in the UK first.
BBC Radio.
One extra.
Tony Matterhorn, our special Black History Month guest, and we're playing your mammoth hit, Dutty Wine. It was a summer reggae smash, just like Sean Paul's Give Me the Light. Egyptian Told You, Wayne Wonder's No Letting Go. Now, during that period, I know that your audience changed. Where has that record taken you?
All over the place, all over the globe. Just like how me just send you the love look, Outer Roads, and me tell you said that one is in the same footstep as you can see.
Now, you've nearly been doing this for over how many years? How many years have you been doing this thing, Matterhorn?
Well, 26 years.
You are a dinosaur, but you are still doing it like any of the young boys. Do you ever get tired?
Yeah, because I don't evolve. Please, generations.
Do you ever get bored of going in the dance hall? You must have seen so many changes in the dance hall, from sound system to selectors, as you was a guy that spearheaded like solo selectors. Like, what are the changes that you've seen? Have the changes been for good?
I mean, I've seen good changes, I've seen bad changes. Sometime I go in a dance and be like, it's boring, and then I walk out. But at the end of the day, we love this. The love we have for dance hall, even if it did boring, even if it did ever die tomorrow, I still not die with it. Just like how I did a song last night, stirring up the business, which I'm about to release now. When you hear that one day, you'll say, oh my God, Duppy Part 7. And you know when it's a Duppy song, you know what that is.
Are you just getting ready for Sting?
No, I'm not business about Sting.
Yeah, sure?
It's just that the artists, them get lackadaisical, so I have to wake it up. Nobody now run the place. Nobody now go on with nothing. And everybody I watch Cartel, but Cartel can't do nothing, him there behind bars. But yet still, him a lead. So me have to do something about it, motivate the other players.
And we have to ask the question, was you or any of your clan responsible for the hacking of the said Bounty Killer's Instagram account?
Hell no, of course not. That's why
Tony, your clan
you
is
need
a
to listen to the new song.
Your clan is a terrible clan, you know.
I know, but nobody did hack it. I may have proof, so we didn't hack it, but I don't want to let out the proof. But I do have proof, so we didn't hack it. And why would we do that? If me could have hacked page, me would not Bounty Killer page. Why Bounty Killer? Me da hack 50 Cent or one of them page.
Before we let you go, Tony, what next?
What next? What I'm doing next, I'm promoting this new song, Love Look, from Outer Roads record. And that me have sent to the world. And then I just did a new Duppy song, which I'm about to WhatsApp it to you, make you hear how it gonna sound like. So you know what's next. I'm just gonna create a storm and trouble.
Tony Mentally Ill Matterhorn, Black History Month, dinosaur selector, man, and still doing this thing. We said never evolve or ever evolve.
Never evolve or ever evolve.
Dinosaur selector Tony Matterhorn, enough respect, brother. Bless up.